Welcome to the New Jersey Board of Public Utilities meeting for September 25th, 2025. If we could rise for the flag salute. Commissioner Castillo.
I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay. Madam Secretary, will you read the public notice, please?
Good morning. Adequate public notice has been given pursuant to the Open Public Meeting Act. Notice has been posted at the board's office and website, an email to the Department of State, and to newspapers of broad circulation within the state.
Thank you. Can we have a roll call?
Commissioner Crystal Blue.
Here.
Commissioner Bay.
Here.
And President Bruce Sidoti.
Here. And when is our next meeting?
The next regular board meeting will be held on Wednesday, October 8th, 2025. It will be a hybrid meeting in person at the board hearing room at 44 South Clinton Avenue, Trenton, and live stream via YouTube.
Thank you. We will have a consent agenda, but not an executive session today. And we do have a late starter on the agenda, if you haven't noted. Just a few opening remarks from me. First, we just want to acknowledge Rosh Hashanah and hope that everyone who celebrates had a joyous New Year, and Yom Kippur being next week, a peaceful Yom Kippur. A few other things. It is Hispanic Heritage Month, and this is the time to honor the vibrant culture and contributions and achievements of Americans with Hispanic backgrounds who are an integral part of the fabric of our country. So thank you to all of the employees here with Hispanic background and to the state of New Jersey. It is Climate Week and also Drive Electric Month, and those two are very closely related. As we know, we have advanced our own electric vehicle program in the state of New Jersey. Great work from the BPU team as well as some of our sister agencies. We now have nearly 250,000 zero-emission vehicles on the road, so that's really exciting, and that helps to contribute to reducing emissions associated with climate change. Just one particular acknowledgement, this week there was a PJM Governors Conference. Some of you here today were there on Monday. It was a really interesting conference, a lot of great dialogue, and I just want to acknowledge the staff here who helped to contribute to that, and also colleagues in the governor's office, both in New Jersey and around the PJM region, who worked very hard to put that together. It was a really informative conversation. So our next quarterly meeting is tomorrow, Friday at 10 o'clock, and that will be held virtually, and it will also be online via YouTube. Written public comments are due for that by October 1st at 5 p.m. I'm going to acknowledge some new interns. I think only a couple of them are here today, but I will, if you could just stand up and wave. You don't have to say anything unless you want to, and just welcoming all of you to the BPU team. So we have Brooke Gadley, Michaela Griffin, Maham Kershid, and Layla Razik. If you could stand up if you're here. Thank you and welcome. Always great to welcome staff, interns, and any new folks to the BPU team. And then one last thing, we have a Utility Assistance Day on Wednesday, October 1st in Passaic at the Boys and Girls Club. So there's information about that online, and hopefully we'll get that message out for those who might need utility assistance. On that note, any opening remarks from my colleagues?
Just to add, this week is Climate Week, and I spent the last few days in New York as a participant, and today as well, and tomorrow. Global climate change, as we all know, is a global phenomenon, but we are not alone in our pursuit to relieve and remediate global climate change. From so many of our observations and conversations, good people and good governments around the world are working to solve this problem. So we have great partners throughout the planet working to solve this problem, and I'm glad that New Jersey is really leading the way in the US and continues to do such great work that is recognized globally. So great thanks to all of you. Your work is appreciated, and it will be even more appreciated in the generations to come. So keep up the good work.
Thank you. All right. We have our consent agenda. Madam Secretary, if you could please call the consent.
Yes, the consent agenda items consist of items 1A, 2A, 5A and 5B, and 9A.
So moved?
Second.
Thank you. Questions or comments? Roll call, please.
Commissioner Cristo DeLu?
Yes?
Commissioner Bange?
Yes.
And President Gold-Sidoti.
Yes, thank you. Okay, moving into our regular agenda. We have 2A with Maureen Claire.
Good morning, Madam President, Commissioners. This matter concerns the electric and gas utilities annual compliance filing to determine the Universal Service Fund and Lifeline program budgets and rates for the upcoming year. USF and Lifeline provide energy assistance benefits to over 200,000 low-income New Jersey households. On June 27, 2025, Public Service Electric and Gas Company, on behalf of itself and the other gas and electric distribution utilities, made a filing with the board for the 2025-2026 Universal Service Fund and Lifeline program year. The other 6 gas and electric utilities also filed compliance filings in this docket. In this June filing, the utilities requested rate adjustments to recover a USF budget of approximately $324.2 million and a Lifeline program budget of $74.6 million. In the June filing, the utilities also requested the board approve recovery of the company's USF-related administrative costs and deferral of the company's administrative costs associated with the board's order dated June 18th, 2025, regarding modifications to the USF program. Additionally, some of the filings included a request to finalize the current USF interim rates, which were approved in September 2024. Throughout the course of the proceeding, the utilities filed corrections and updates to the June filing. Because there were proposed increases to only the electric rate, the electric utilities each held 2 virtual public hearings. While members of the public attended the hearings, no comments from the public, verbal or written, were received. On September 8th, 2025, Rate Counsel submitted comments regarding the June 2025 filing and subsequent corrections and updates. Rate Counsel recommended several adjustments to the utility forecasting methodologies and carrying charges. On September 10th, 2025, reply comments were received from J.C. and the joint utilities. After reviewing the June filing and all the related submissions, staff recommends the board take the following actions. Number 1, finalize the current interim USF rates that were approved in the September 25th, 2024 board order, as these rates have been reviewed and trued up. Number 2, order subsequent USF compliance filings and its associated interim rates. Number 2, order subsequent USF compliance filings and its associated interim rates be examined and finalized in subsequent proceedings. Number 3, reject Rate Counsel's recommended adjustments and proposed modifications to forecasting methodologies at this time, but after the comprehensive audit examining the USF rate-making process is concluded, direct staff to work collaboratively with the parties prior to the 2026 USF Lifeline filing to determine if any adjustments to the methodologies are warranted. Number 4, approve the USF and Lifeline electric rates proposed in the corrected filing, with rates to be effective for service rendered on and after October 1st, 2025, and approve the USF and Lifeline gas rates proposed in the July update with rates to be effective for service rendered on and after October 1st, 2025. These rates would support a USF budget of approximately $329.2 million and a Lifeline budget of $74.5 million. Number 6, direct the utilities to file revised tariffs by September 30th, 2025. Number 7, direct staff to reimburse the utilities for their USF-related administrative costs incurred from July 1st, 2024 through June 30th, 2025, which total $53,003. Number 8, authorize the utilities to defer, for accounting purposes only, incremental USF administrative costs associated with the USF modification order, subject to review for prudence in the next annual USF annual filing. Number 9, utilize the remainder of the board's 2025 allocation of the state's regional greenhouse gas initiative to offset some of the anticipated USF program bill credits for eligible customers. If approved, the combined USF Lifeline rates represent an overall decrease of $1.40 for an average residential gas customer utilizing 1,000 therms per year, and an overall increase of $12 for an average residential electric customer using 7,800 kilowatt hours per year. The combined USF Lifeline annual bill would be $61.36 per year for an average residential customer who uses both gas and electric, which would be a net increase of $10.60.
Thank you.
So moved.
Second.
Questions or comments? Thanks, Maureen.
thank
Just
you.
want to acknowledge, all of the staff's work on this and expanding USF over the last several months. As we know, it's a critical resource for low and moderate income utility customers, especially as we see rates go up. So really appreciate all the effort there.
Thank you.
Roll call, please.
On the motion to approve staff's recommendation, Commissioner Christo DeLue?
Yes.
Commissioner Baines?
Yes.
And President Gulcedovi?
Yes, thank you. 3A, Rwanda, hi.
Good morning, Madam President, Commissioners. This matter involves the final approval of the renewal of Cablevision of Newark's system-wide franchise serving the city of Newark and the township of South Orange. On August 4th, 2010, the board issued an order memorializing Cablevision's conversion of its municipal consent-based franchise for South Orange to a system-wide cable television franchise for a 7-year term. Cablevision subsequently added Newark to the system-wide franchise, which expired on May 11th, 2017. On June 30, 2017, the board issued a renewal of that franchise to Cablevision for a term of 7 years, which expired on May 11th, 2024. On October 23, 2024, the board's Office of Cable Television and Cable Television and Telecommunications, OCTV&T, notified Cablevision of its intention to review its performance during the past 7 years and invited the company to file comments. Cablevision filed its initial comments with the OCTV&T on November 22, 2024. On March 19, 2025, the board issued an ascertainment report on Cablevision's performance. On June 18, 2025, Cablevision filed its renewal application with the board. The board held 2 virtual public hearings on July 29, 2025, to receive public comment on the application. No comments were received. Written comments were received from the New Jersey Division of Rate Counsel on August 4, 2025, indicating that Cablevision had met the parameters of the board's statutory criteria outlined for review of the application and that they had no objection to approval of the application. No other comments were received. Cablevision has committed to abide by the specific requirements for operating a system-wide franchise as delineated in subsections NJSA 48:5A-28H through N, as well as maintenance of its current insurance and performance bond amounts, adherence to the requirements for a local office, and designation of the OCTV&T as the complaint officer under the franchise. Staff therefore recommends that the board approve Cablevision's renewal application for its system-wide cable television franchise for Newark with a 7-year term to expire on May 11, 2031.
So moved.
Second.
Questions or comments? Roll call, please.
On the motion to approve staff's recommendation, Commissioner Christo DeLue?
Yes.
Commissioner Baines?
Yes.
And President Gulcedovi?
Yes, thanks, Yolanda.
Thank you.
Okay, 5A, Dr. Ben Figueroa.
Good morning.
Good morning.
We actually have 2 water merger introductions for you today. You can start with item 5A. It's the joint petition of Middlesex Water Company and its direct subsidiaries Pinelands Water Company and Pinelands Wastewater Company. The joint petitioners seek approval of a merger without a change in control of either entity. The proposed merger is ministerial in nature and is essentially an internal reorganization, as control of the Pinelands companies were merged with Middlesex Water through prior proceedings, and Pinelands Water and Pinelands Wastewater are already wholly owned subsidiaries of Middlesex. Therefore, staff recommends that the board retain the matter for hearing, designate a commissioner to preside over the matter, and set filing deadlines for parties to intervene or participate in this case.
Thank you. And I think Commissioner Baines, you're
Yes.
volunteering?
Yeah.
Great, thank you.
So moved?
Second.
Questions or comments? Roll call, please.
On the motion to approve staff's recommendation, Commissioner Crystal Delue?
Yes?
Commissioner Bange?
Yes.
And President Goldsadovy?
Yes. 5B.
Item 5B, this will sound somewhat familiar, but it's a little bit different. It's the joint petition of American Water Works, New Jersey American Water Company, Nexus Regulated Utilities, Montague Water Company, and Montague Sewer Company. In this case, the joint petitioners seek approval of an acquisition and change in control of the Montague companies, which are currently direct subsidiaries of Nexus, by American Water Works and New Jersey American Water. A subsequent merger of the Montague companies with New Jersey American Water is also part of this matter, and American Water Works is the parent company of New Jersey American Water, who would be acquiring the Montague companies. Staff recommends that the board retain this matter also for hearing, designate a commissioner to preside over the matter, and set filing deadlines for parties to intervene or participate in the case.
Also Mike?
Yes.
Okay,
So moved?
thank you.
Second.
Questions or comments? Roll call, please.
On the motion to approve staff's recommendation, Commissioner Crystal Delue?
Yes?
Commissioner Bange?
Yes.
And President Goldsadovy?
Yes. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
5C. Dean.
Good morning, Madam President and Commissioners.
Morning.
On June 30th, 2025, Veolia Water New Jersey petitioned the board for permission to enter into an agreement with Veolia WTS Systems USA Incorporated, an affiliate, to perform startup and other services for the installation of membrane filtration equipment at its Bald Eagle Village and Birch Hill wastewater treatment plants in New Jersey. Veolia sent proposals requesting bids to 4 vendors and received 2 bids, including the bid from WTS. WTS was the lowest bidder, and Veolia subsequently awarded the contract to WTS. On August 28, 2025, the New Jersey Division of Rate Counsel filed comments noting it did not object to the approval of the affiliate agreement subject to certain conditions. Staff recommends that the board approve the affiliate agreement nunc pro tunc, as WTS has already begun work pursuant to the proposed affiliate agreement.
Thank you.
So moved?
Second.
Questions or comments? Roll call, please.
On the motion to approve staff's recommendation, Commissioner Crystal Delue?
Yes?
Commissioner Bange?
Yes.
And President Goldsadovy?
Yes. And 8. Thank you, Dean. 8A. Dustin.
Good morning, Madam President and Commissioners. On April 23, 2025, the Board approved the Division of Clean Energy's 2025 to 2026 SCP plan for submission to the United States Department of Energy at a budget level of $4,787,220, representing $3,131,000 in unspent carryover funds and $1,656,220 in new funding. The Board authorized staff to submit this plan to the United States Department of Energy. The United States Department of Energy ultimately informed staff that their 2025 to 2026 plan would need to be supplemented or revised. Staff seeks to revise the SCP plan per DOE guidance and include allocations of funding to projects that are shovel-ready to the maximum extent possible in order to quickly pursue state priorities while preserving ratepayer funds. Staff recommends approval of the modifications and submission of these modifications to the United States Department of Energy.
So moved?
Second.
Questions or comments? Roll call, please.
On the motion to approve staff's recommendation, Commissioner Crystal Delue?
Yes?
Commissioner Bange?
Yes.
And President Goldsadovy?
Yes. Thanks, Dustin.
Thank you.
Last but not least, the late starter, presented by Bob Braxton.
Good morning, President and Commissioners. This matter is the petition of Trenton Renewable Power filed in 2024 seeking approval of a 10-year PPA, purchase power agreement, for the sale of energy generated at its food waste recycling facility. The facility includes digesters that recycle vegetative food waste and produce renewable natural gas as a byproduct of its recycling process. And they have 3 generators on site that generate approximately 3.5 megawatts of power. It currently sells its power for about 3.8 cents per kilowatt hour under the purchase electric power tariff with PSE&G. And they also earn revenues of about 2.9 cents per kilowatt hour through the sale of Class 1 RECs. In the petition, Trenton Renewable requested a purchase power adjustment, purchase power price of 20 cents per kilowatt hour. After extensive discussions, discovery, analysis, the parties got together on a price that is pegged at the PSE&G BGS price, and will be initially set at approximately 11.6 cents per kilowatt hour before taxes, providing customers a benefit of approximately 1 cent per kilowatt hour compared to BGS for the duration of this contract or until the facility stops producing renewable natural gas. Trenton Renewable will be required to file with the board on June 1st of each year any changes to the PPA rate pursuant to the terms of the agreement, and staff recommends that the board approve the order and approve the new purchase power agreement. I will note that Rate Counsel is not a signatory party, but they have expressed no objections and did not file a position with the board.
Thank you.
So moved.
Second.
Questions or comments?
Bob, we've spoken about this a lot. Just for clarity, they will be 1 cent below the BGS auction rate for perpetuity, basically.
For the 10-year term of the
Right,
contract.
for the term of their contract, it's going to be below the BGS rate. Are we reviewing this anytime before the 10 years, as we've discussed?
Yes. In addition to the 1 year, the requirement that they file a new and updated number every year, there's also a specific provision requiring them to file a petition 3 years from the anniversary date of the new agreement.
Okay, so future boards and staff can review and make sure that they're doing things the way, in the best interest of the ratepayers.
Yeah, and
Okay.
as we discussed, that was, that's part of the board's inherent powers, but we, after our discussions, we agreed to make an explicit condition.
Formalize it,
too.
okay. Thank you.
Sure.
Great. Okay, none from me. Can I have a roll call, please?
On a motion to approve staff's recommendation, Commissioner Crystal DeLue,
Yes?
Commissioner Banks,
Yes.
and President Gulsadovy.
Yes, thanks very much. And with that, that is our last agenda item, as far as I'm aware. Thank you, everyone, for coming today, and if you're watching online, and again, peaceful Yom Kippur to those who celebrate, and, you know, of course, have a wonderful rest of your week. Closing comments? All right, motion?
So moved?